Hi guys, it's Eric and Sean from Die Tying, and we are here with another tutorial. This tutorial is going to be an emoji face tapestry. So here we go. Give it to you, Sean.
Hey guys, so today what we're going to be using is a yardstick. We've got some yarn, string, whatever you pick up, whatever you use.
Kite string works.
Washable marker. We've got some sinew. We have a handful of little rubber bands, and we have some scissors to cut. Also, we have a 3x4 tapestry material, 100% white cotton. So first off, we soak it in soda ash, then we spin it out where it's still a little damp. You're going to take it just like this. This, you can see, this. You can go ahead and fold it in half. Corner to corner, corner to corner. Flatten out just a little bit, make sure your edges are together. Alright, and again we're going to flip it in half. And guys, the way I folded it, went from the 4-foot side top to bottom to the 3-foot left to right. That way we have our image facing up long ways or vertically. So you're going to find the center of it. After you fold it in half and fold it in half again, just going to draw a little dot right there. If you'd like, you can measure it to be a little bit more precise. Alright guys, now that you've got your center point, since the design is folded in half, what you'll do is you're going to draw your design out on one side. Once you tie it up, you dye it. You're going to see the same image on the other side because you have folded it in half. So what we're going to do is take our string and our washable marker at this point. I'm going to go ahead and tie a slip knot in this right here. If you don't know how to tie a slip knot, Google it. Google knows it all. Google knows all.
And sorry about the mess in the background, guys. Had a huge birthday party today with a lot of kiddos, so also I'm sure you guys can probably hear Simpsons in the background. That would be my Rugrats trying to fall asleep.
Now we've got that tied together. I always like to have my material facing toward me. It's a lot easier for me to focus on what I have to do. Alright. So, I mean, you guys can find yourself a starting point, depending on how big you want your tapestry. Let's say if you wanted to start from 10 inches from the top and 10 inches from the bottom, you can measure either one side and then start your circle from that. But right now we're just going to kind of base it off of the midpoint. How close do I want it, or how far do I want it from my outside edge? How much color do I want? So I'm just going to say right here, seems pretty good, about almost half tapestry, a little bit over. And then you're just going to draw your circle just like this. Come back, do the same thing. Alright. So now, you should have a half circle on your tapestry. Should be pretty centered. Alright. And now for the emoji face, I like to go about 1 inch to 2 inches. Make sure that you're going to give yourself a room because the tie that we're going to do on this is a little difficult. You want to make sure that you have enough space to where you can also tie off your face and it doesn't interfere too badly. So let's say, start about right here. Right here. I like to go about halfway to the face. So we'll start right here. And you're just going to draw the same line all the way up it. If you'd like, again, see, if you're not good at hand drawing and kind of keeping your distance, you can always go back to your string. I'll show you an easy way to do it, make it a little bit more precise. Since I have my dot, that's where I want to start. Go from dot, tip, and then just draw your little smiley face right here. Bam. There you go. Now you have a smiley. See, my point right there. This point didn't exactly match up, but that's alright. Again, like I said, if you want to be precise, you can do it that way. If you're not so worried about it, give a little creative hand-drawn, and you're good to go. Thing for the eyeball, it's not really measured out. You guys know what an emoji looks like. If you don't, go on your phones and you'll find one.
Phones, tablets, pretty much any electronic device, use the emojis, yeah. And this is just going to be a basic smiley face emoji. In the future, we do plan on doing, like, you know, mad face emojis and rolling eyes emojis and just a bunch of different ones. But for now, we're just going to teach you the basic smiley emoji.
Truth. So right here, I can kind of see where I'd like my eyeball, which is going to be about in the middle of it. So you've got your midpoint right here as the bottom half of your face. You have your upper point right here, so if you were to kind of cut that in half right there, find the center point right here, and we'll just kind of draw our eye right here. And for the eye, you can make it as big or as thick or as small as you want it. We'll kind of give this gentleman a little bit bigger eye. And make sure that your edges are pretty round and symmetrical. It just helps later on in the folding portion. Go like that. And we'll bring it back down. Alright. So there we go. That's going to be our emoji. Alright, so again we're going to bring it back down here. And now is the time for the sinew. Scissors. Alright guys, so what we'll do is we'll start with the eye first, because that's kind of the easiest tie. So what you're going to do is pinch it right here and fold your eye in half. That's why I said the more symmetrical you get this, the easier it will make your life, or at least the tapestry's life. So as you can see, I have the tuck, the line right here. Go on the other side, you also have that line right there. So now that it's folded in half, we're going to start right here, pinch it together, and make your line. And then again, come back down. You guys can see. Flip it over on the back side. Make sure that your lines are matching up. And just kind of do your little fan fold just like that. And you're going to keep doing that all the way down the line of the eye. Kind of speed it up a little bit. When you get back down to this little hook, you're going to want to fold your material down to where it meets. Again, make the same line. And there you go. And when you grab your sinew, I like to make sure that my string is actually down below the line. That way I can come up and wrap it around. That way my fingers don't get in the way. I like to do 3 wraps around and pull it nice and tight. Bring it back over and just go ahead and do a little simple double knot. Just to tie it off, make sure that the sinew doesn't come loose as I'm dyeing, or just want to make sure my shape holds. If I can tie it.
We got this, babe. We got this. Come on now.
Yeah. Oop. Bro, if this is the hardest thing I have to do on this tapestry.
That's the problem. If we can do a Batman, we can definitely tie this knot. And I just want to let you guys know, we do plan on posting a Batman tutorial soon. The thing about that tapestry, I'm just going to let you guys know, is that one takes about an hour to fold. It's going to be a very advanced video for people that are pretty experienced in tie-dyeing, because it takes a lot of patience and a lot of work, but we are getting to that point, and we hope to have it posted here shortly. As soon as we have more time to sit down and tie-dye, we're going to knock that sucker out so you guys can learn how to fold the Batman. We also made a really cool Deadpool tapestry the other night, so we're excited. If you guys follow us on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere else, check that out. It turned out pretty amazing.
Alright guys, so now we're going to start with the mouth. So what we're going to do is the same thing as you would do any other line, and kind of make your pleats, except instead of folding it like this, accordion folding it, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing like we did with the eye and kind of pinch this up. And however thick or however full you want the mouthpiece is how big you're going to tie it later on. So we're going to straighten up our edges right here, and you're going to, again, this is going to be a little bit more difficult because you are folding on a curved line. We'll just take it like this and pinch it. And do the same thing like we did with the eye. And again, we're just going to keep doing that all the way up here. Pinch. You're going to keep working it and working it, because as you're doing this around the angle, obviously it's not a straight line, so it does want to kind of take its own shape and not really fall in line with the line. So you just kind of work it around. Again, be very patient. It's alright.
I would say this is like a middle advanced. We're going to do like easy tutorials, middle advanced tutorials, and then difficult ones as well. Like our pot leaf one is fairly difficult. This would be about a, what would you say, babe? Like a...
Not bad.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad. You guys can do it. If you're watching our videos, every tip that I may give you is because I learned it from somebody else who has done it better. Just listen. The way I learned how to fold actually mouths like this was by watching the Jack Skellington video by Mr. Tie-Dye.
Yeah, Mr. Tie-Dye, he is the master when it comes to tutorials. We try to post stuff that we have not seen on YouTube. So, like some of the stuff that we've come up with on our own, we like to post so people can get some different ideas. One thing about tie-dyeing, guys, is it takes a lot of patience, a lot of concentration, a lot of focus. But it's like I've had other people tell me there are no mistakes in tie-dye. So really just have fun with it. If you want something to turn out really cool, just take your time, man. Just go slow, do the best you can, and practice, 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 you know. We've only been doing this since the quarantine, and we've gotten pretty good at it, I would say, but, anyways, it's with a lot of dedication and a lot of time we pour into this thing. We both have a passion for this. We love it, and it's a very rewarding feeling.
Get that. And again, guys, like I said, this is probably the hardest part of this tapestry is just making sure that you're following that line. The easier you can follow that line, the straighter and again, like the more precise your mouth will actually turn out to be. And again, if you're not too worried about it, you don't have to be worried about it. Just have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually excited about doing the roll the eye emoji. We're going to do that one here soon because it's like my favorite emoji to use in texting. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's like my favorite. So.
I don't care.
I don't care either, but we're going to try to do that. So. Yeah, guys, we're kind of nerds. We're not professionals, you know.
Yep. Just do what we do.
Two people who love the tie-dye.
Alright.
I mean, I don't know. I'd say we're kind of professionals by now. We're getting there, you know.
Right. You guys can see this is a little sloppy. If you like, just go ahead and grab your layers. Make sure that you just kind of adjust them a little bit more. If you can, get this as flat as you can. Take this little piece right here. Alright. And you'll see how the extra line right here is just kind of cut down. That's alright. We'll go ahead and tie it off and end our face right there. So I'm going to keep this held. And pull that down like that.
This is always the hardest part for me, is keeping it held. Because it always wants to pop up when I'm holding it.
Like this. 1, 2, 3. And pull. Alright, once you got that, you can go to let go and tie it off.
Got it this time?
We'll see. Bruh. I know, guys, this is horrible. This is the worst part again, I said. It's alright. It'll be fine, just fine. You know what? We'll just call it a one tie.
You know what, guys? We're tired, man. I worked all weekend. He works 40 hours a week. I'm sorry if we...
Bruh.
Hey, we got this.
Alright. Anyways, there we go. If you don't use sinew, if you don't have that, you can always use rubber bands, guys. Just make sure they are the right size to hold enough tension.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
Hold down your design.
Absolutely. Rubber bands work. String works. Yeah. If you're just starting off in tie-dyeing, you probably don't have all that stuff. You probably don't even know what it is. Sinew is like a wax thread. You can get it on Amazon. It's really cool and handy because the dye doesn't leak through it, so it It does a nice white line around whatever you're dyeing. But it's not necessary in tie-dyeing. You can use rubber bands. That's what we used in the beginning.
Alright guys, so now we're going to tie the outside of the face right here. I'm just going to bring all these pleats. And since we did already kind of go with the shape of the face, it is actually going to help you be a little bit easier when you're trying to pull up all these lines together. I will tell you it's going to get really tight here because, as you can tell, it's already very much bunched up. So it does get a little trickier as we go through here.
Alright, I need to be able to see what you're doing here. Sorry if my videographer skills are not that great, guys. Trying here. We got the camera and all the stuff we needed, but trying to get in here so you guys can see exactly what he's doing. Okay.
And again, I'm just going to follow this line, make it straight as I can. So on the top, you'll see, got your started line. It's going to go all the way around. We're going to make this little half circle into a full line. We're going to try. Just kidding, we will. Like I said, it's going to be tight right here because you got a lot of material really bunched up. So you might have to force it just a little bit. And if you need to, as you can see, tuck under, you can kind of pull your material apart because it is tied off right here. So you should be able to pull out any extra loose material you have. We're going to tie it on right there, bunch it up. Pull all this out right here. And with tight little designs like this, I like to just grab the line and pull it to where I need it. Alright, so now that we made it around the rough part of the hill, I'm just going to continue.
It's all downhill from here.
Pinch up and bring it to you. Alright, straighten out your material, flatten it out, make sure that when you do pinch, you're getting both of the layers, and then just keep it going. For those of you who haven't learned how to just do like accordion folds or pinching, it's fairly simple. It just take some time to sit down there. I like to use these two fingers to always hold my material, as well as use my two middle fingers. When I try to go for speed, I'll just grab with my left hand, hold it with my right, pinch down, and then just kind of straighten out the rest, back hand. Spin it around, pinch and grab, just go. Alright, and there's our line.
The thing about accordion folding is you want to try to follow the line as closely as possible. No matter what design you're doing, you want to follow the line in order to get the shape, the desired shape that you are looking for. That is what you want to do, is try to follow that line as closely as you can. It's not always going to be perfect, but the better off you can follow that line, the better off your design is going to turn out.
And I have come to find out that also, you guys will see that even though my line isn't on my other line, it's still going to hold the shape relatively close because I have pinched across that line and I've already pulled that shape too. So even though my sinew is not there, it will still hold the same shape as I drew on where I tied it off. Just so you know, because a lot of my designs, you guys will see that it's very hard to get the sinew exactly right where I need it, just because of something like this. When it gets pinched down and you kind of put a little tension on it, it tends to push and pull one way or the other. So do it nice and slow. Make sure that if you want, again, precision is key. If you want the best results. Turn on the other side. Alright, and now we're just going to straighten this out and make it a little back play. Guys, so if you've seen it in the other videos, again, I take my hands on the outside and just kind of pull it to me and just pinch. This design's kind of already got its pleats or the accordions wherever I need them. So I'm just going to keep following them and easing them into my design. Also, guys, if you can keep your back area a little bit more consistent with the height. It does make it easier to dye, so you don't have layers folded over other layers, and you make sure that every section that you're trying to dye is actually getting dyed properly. Keep going. I know I'm not really talking a whole lot, guys. I'm just trying to get these in there where they belong. And again, guys, one thing I did learn, if you pull the tension on the back end, you'll see it'll keep pulling these little folds right here. And keep working those in. Your design should already have them. So up here it will get a little trickier whenever you do, let's say if you're doing an S shape. It will get a little bit trickier due to the design on mushrooms is particularly a little bit harder just because of the fold.
We will be doing one of our really cool psychedelic mushroom tapestry tutorials soon as well. We plan on putting one of these out a week at least, guys. Trying to fit it in. This YouTube channel is important to us because we do a lot of designs that we haven't seen on YouTube before, and we've had a lot of requests for tutorials. So
a lot of our stuff's on tapestries too, guys.
yeah,
so
a lot of our stuff is on tapestry. We, like I said, learned a lot of our stuff from Mr. Tie-Dye, and then we kind of went and, you know, created our own designs, kind of did our own thing with it. But ours is just time management. You know, this business is our first priority, both of us, and we want to teach people what we know. It makes us feel good to teach people what we know, and like I said, we might not be the most professional or whatever, but we have fun with it, and that's all that really matters, and I hope you guys learned something from our tutorial. And if you have any questions or anything that you would like for us to post a tutorial on, please comment below. Also, if you would want to subscribe to our channel, you'll be able to continue seeing our tutorials. Alright, how many sections is that?
We're going to go for 7. So we'll just adjust the bands. Normally I like to just put on the bands, and then I will readjust to the sizing of each section that I would like. Go ahead and drop that one down, make them pretty even. And always on the back end, guys, on the tapestry, you'll see, instead of having them like little flaily, I always like to wrap it and tuck it. It should be right up here, so whatever this color is going to be on the little tail fins. It gives it a little extra flair. So.
Alright, guys, and that is the folding portion. Now we're going to come over here to my beautiful yet messy dye station, and we're going to get this sucker dyed up. Alright. Alright, guys, and I'm Erica. I'm going to be doing the dyeing portion of the video. Alright, guys, so right here I have some thickened black. This is a special bottle that I ordered on Amazon with a nice thin top, thin applicator, and this is thickened dye, which is what you can get it from Dharma, sodium alginate. It thickens up your dyes. It comes in very handy on a lot of designs. So we're going to start by doing the mouth. And we're just going to trace along the lines here. Alright. And the reason why I'm using the thickened black on this is to prevent it from bleeding onto the face. Since the face is going to be yellow. We want to try to prevent that. So I'm going to try to get down here in the cracks. This part is kind of time consuming. You're going to want to go around the edges here, down by the sinew. Get all up in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace this outside first, and then I'm going to make sure that I get in down between all the cracks to make sure that it gets filled in completely.
Guys, if you can't tell, we did add an extra band to the top just to help keep the material away from the black we will be using.
Let's see, and some of it's already leaked over. Yeah, and you know, you guys, there really are no mistakes in tie-dye, meaning that everything turns out cool, usually no matter what. Sometimes the colors are going to bleed a little bit. Sometimes you're going to get the wrong color in the wrong location, you know, but,
just roll with it.
It's art, man. So yeah, just have fun with it, you know. If you mess up one time, don't beat yourself